Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered what stories they hold? Each twinkling light above us is like a silent witness to the countless tales that have unfolded beneath their gaze. For thousands of years, people have looked up at this same sky, searching for meaning, for inspiration, and for connection to something greater than themselves. In ancient Greece, a poet named Homer gave us one of the greatest stories ever told, the Odyssey. His words have echoed through the ages, shaping the way we think about adventure, heroism, and the longing for home. We know little about Homer himself. Was he a single man or a name for many storytellers? What we do know is that his epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey, became the foundation of Western storytelling. They were passed down from generation to generation, first by word of mouth, then written on fragile scrolls, surviving wars and the passage of centuries. The Odyssey isn't just an adventure tale filled with monsters and gods, it's a journey deep into the heart of what it means to be human. It's about longing, loss, hope, and the courage to face the unknown. It asks us the most important questions. What is home? Is it a place, a feeling, or the people we love? What do we risk and what do we gain in our search to return to it? How do we find our way back when we are lost, not just on the map, but in our hearts? The Odyssey explores the winding paths we all must walk, both real and imagined, as we try to find where we truly belong. What gives us the strength to keep going when the journey seems endless? Is it hope, love, or the memory of what we've left behind? Odysseus's determination reminds us that even when the odds are against us, the human spirit can endure. Imagine a world where stories lived only in memory, passed from voice to voice, from one generation to the next. Before books, before screens, stories were the lifeblood of communities, connecting people across time and space. This was the world of the Odyssey, a world where myth and reality blended, and every story was a thread in the fabric of life. For the Greeks, this poem was more than entertainment. It was a guide to life, teaching courage, humility, and the sacred duty of hospitality. Welcoming strangers, honoring the gods, and facing challenges with dignity, these were the lessons woven into every line. Odysseus's story was a mirror for their own struggles and dreams. His journey spoke to anyone who had ever felt lost or longed for home, or faced trials that seemed impossible to overcome. So let's travel back across the wine-dark sea to a world of myth and magic, where every wave and every star held a secret. We'll follow Odysseus, a hero of wit and will, as he fights to return home after war. His journey is filled with danger, temptation, and moments of doubt, but also with hope, cleverness, and the unbreakable bond of family. The Odyssey is not just a story from the past, it's a timeless lesson, inviting us to discover the hero within ourselves. As we listen to its echoes, we're reminded that every journey, no matter how long or difficult, can lead us home. Our story begins as the Trojan War ends. Odysseus, king of Ithaca, is ready to return home. He's clever, not the strongest, but the mastermind behind the Trojan horse. With Troy in ruins, he sets sail, longing for his wife Penelope and son Telemachus. But Poseidon, god of the sea, is furious with Odysseus, turning a simple voyage into a decade of trials. Blown off course, Odysseus and his men face dangers beyond imagination. On the island of the Lotus Eaters, his crew nearly forgets home, lost in blissful forgetfulness. Odysseus drags them back, reminding them of their purpose. The greatest threats aren't always monsters, they're temptations that make us forget who we are. The journey home is just beginning, and every step tests Odysseus's mind and will. Next, Odysseus and his weary crew land on a mysterious island, its rugged cliffs echoing with the bleats of wild goats. The men, hungry and exhausted from their long voyage, eagerly explore the unfamiliar terrain, hoping to find food and shelter. As they venture deeper inland, they stumble upon a vast, shadowy cave. The entrance looms before them, dark and foreboding, yet promising refuge from the elements. With torches in hand, the men step cautiously inside, unaware of the danger that awaits. The cave, however, is no ordinary shelter. It belongs to Polyphemus, a fearsome cyclops and the mighty son of Poseidon. With a single glaring eye, the giant traps Odysseus and his men inside, rolling a massive boulder across the entrance, sealing their fate. Trapped and terrified, the men watch in horror as the Cyclops seizes them, devouring his captives one by one in a gruesome display of brute strength and savagery. Realizing that brute force is useless against such a monster, Odysseus's mind races. He knows that only cleverness and cunning can save them now. He begins to devise a daring plan, determined to outwit the giant and save his remaining men. Odysseus offers Polyphemus a skin of potent wine, a gift from their travels. The Cyclops, unaccustomed to such strong drink, quickly becomes drunk and drowsy. Seizing the moment, Odysseus and his men drive a sharpened stake into the giant's single eye while he sleeps, blinding him in a desperate act of survival. Roaring in agony, Polyphemus calls out for help to his fellow Cyclopes. But Odysseus, ever the trickster, had told the giant his name was No Man. When the other Cyclopes hear his cries that no man is hurting me, they dismiss his pleas, leaving him to suffer alone. As dawn breaks, Odysseus puts his plan into action. He ties his men beneath the bellies of the giant's sheep, and as the blind Polyphemus lets his flock out to graze, the Greeks slip past him, clinging to the animal's woolly undersides, escaping the cave and certain death. The men reunite outside, their relief and joy palpable. It is a triumph of wit and intelligence over brute force, a testament to Odysseus's legendary cunning. Yet as they sail away from the island, Odysseus cannot resist taunting the defeated Cyclops. He shouts his true name back to Polyphemus, revealing the identity of the man who blinded him. Enraged, Polyphemus calls upon his father Poseidon to avenge him. The sea god hears his son's curse, and dark storm clouds begin to gather, threatening Odysseus and his men. This hard-won victory comes at a terrible price. Poseidon's wrath is now set against Odysseus, ensuring that the hero's journey home will be fraught with peril and hardship. The lesson is clear: pride and hubris can be as dangerous as any monster. Odysseus's cleverness saved his men, but his pride has brought new dangers upon them. With Poseidon's fury unleashed, Odysseus's path home is now more treacherous than ever, and the true test of his endurance and wisdom has only just begun. After narrowly escaping the deadly Cyclops, Odysseus and his weary crew find themselves washed up on the mysterious island of Circe, a place shrouded in myth and danger. The air is thick with enchantment, and the coastline seems to whisper secrets of ancient magic. Here, the powerful sorceress Circe wields her magic with terrifying ease, transforming Odysseus's men into helpless pigs with a mere wave of her hand. The crew, once brave warriors, are now trapped in animal form, their fate uncertain and their hope fading fast. But Odysseus, aided by the god Hermes and armed with a magical herb, resists Circe's spell. He confronts the enchantress, demanding she restore his men. Impressed by his courage and cunning, Circe relents. She not only returns his men to their human forms but welcomes them as honored guests, offering them food, shelter, and a much-needed respite from their long journey. As the days pass, Circe becomes a trusted ally. She shares her wisdom with Odysseus, warning him of the perils that still lie ahead. She reveals that his journey is far from over. He must venture into the shadowy realm of the underworld to seek the guidance of the blind prophet Tiresias, the only one who can show him the way home. With heavy heart, Odysseus descends into the land of the dead. There, among swirling mists and wandering spirits, he encounters the ghosts of his past, his beloved mother, fallen comrades, and countless souls lost to war and time. At last he finds Tiresias, the ancient seer. The prophet's words are grave. Odysseus must avoid the sacred cattle of the sun god Helios, or doom will follow. He is also warned to beware the suitors who threaten his home and family. This harrowing journey through the underworld leaves Odysseus forever changed. He gains not only knowledge of the trials ahead but a deeper understanding of his own destiny and the burdens he must bear. Confronting death itself, Odysseus learns the true cost of wisdom and the heavy weight of fate. The spirits of the dead remind him of the fragility of life and the importance of every choice he makes. Emerging from the darkness of the underworld, Odysseus is transformed. He is no longer just a warrior seeking glory, but a man who has glimpsed the boundaries between life and death, and carries the scars of that knowledge. With newfound resolve and a heart steeled by loss and revelation, Odysseus prepares himself and his men for the final, most difficult trials that await them on the road home. The journey home is no longer just a struggle for survival. It has become a quest for redemption, for reclaiming his place in the world and restoring honor to his name. Odysseus's mind and spirit are tested as never before. Each new challenge forces him to confront his fears, his regrets, and the ghosts that haunt him from the past. Yet the lessons learned from the dead become his guiding light. As dawn breaks and hope returns, Odysseus carries the wisdom of the underworld with him, ready to face whatever the living world may bring. Circe warns Odysseus of new dangers, the sirens and the deadly strait of Scylla and Charybdis. To survive the sirens' song, Odysseus plugs his crew's ears with beeswax and has himself tied to the mast. He alone hears their haunting promise of knowledge, but survives, thanks to his crew's loyalty. Next, they must choose between Scylla, a six-headed monster, and Charybdis, a deadly whirlpool. Odysseus steers towards Scylla, sacrificing 6 men to save the rest. It's a brutal lesson in leadership. Sometimes even the best choice brings loss. The journey is relentless, demanding hard decisions and painful sacrifices. Odysseus's resolve is tested at every turn. The cost of survival is high, but he presses on. Each trial strips away certainty, leaving only determination. The sea is unforgiving, but Odysseus's will endures. After losing his crew to their own disobedience on the island of Helios, Odysseus is left alone. Shipwrecked, he washes ashore on Ogygia, home of the nymph Calypso. Calypso offers him immortality and comfort, but Odysseus longs only for home. For 7 years he's her captive, mourning his lost companions and yearning for Ithaca. Every day he gazes at the sea, refusing to forget his wife and son. The gods finally intervene and Calypso lets him go. Odysseus's endurance is unmatched. He resists temptation, clings to hope, and never surrenders his dream. His journey is now one of spirit as much as survival. Even when offered paradise, he chooses the pain and joy of home. The heart of a hero is not in conquest, but in loyalty and longing. Odysseus's greatest strength is his refusal to give up. While Odysseus struggles to return, Penelope fights her own battle in Ithaca. For 20 years she fends off over 100 suitors who consume her home and demand her hand. Penelope's loyalty is legendary. She weaves a shroud by day and unravels it by night, delaying her decision. Her cleverness keeps hope alive, even as the suitors grow impatient. Eventually her ruse is discovered and the pressure mounts. Just as all seems lost, a mysterious beggar arrives. It is Odysseus in disguise. Penelope's faith and cunning have preserved her family and kingdom. The stage is set for a dramatic reunion and the restoration of order. Penelope's endurance is as heroic as Odysseus's journey. The Odyssey is as much her story as his. The Odyssey is more than adventure, it's a wellspring of wisdom. Hospitality or xenia is a core value. Those who honor it are rewarded, those who abuse it are punished. Loyalty binds the story, Penelope's faith, Telemachus's courage, and even the old dog Argos's devotion. Odysseus's cunning proves that intelligence can triumph where strength fails. The epic celebrates perseverance. Odysseus endures loss, temptation, and despair, but never gives up. These lessons are universal, about family, resilience, and the power of the mind. The Odyssey reminds us that the journey matters as much as the destination. Every trial shapes the hero and us. With courage and wit, we can overcome even the longest odds. The story's wisdom endures because it speaks to the heart of what it means to be human. Nearly 3,000 years later, the Odyssey still shapes our stories. Odysseus's journey is the blueprint for the hero's journey. Adventure, trials, transformation, and return. Its characters are timeless. Odysseus is clever but flawed, Penelope is strong and resourceful. We see ourselves in their struggles and hopes. The themes, home, temptation, fate, loss, reunion, are universal. Each generation finds new meaning in Odysseus's trials. The Odyssey is a conversation across centuries, connecting us to the roots of storytelling. True heroism is not just strength but intelligence, loyalty, and perseverance. As long as we seek meaning and face challenges, we'll listen to Homer's song.